Hello, we're back. Emily's eating. Agent Lang.
Lang Z says, little cubs never know the real fury of the elder wolves.
These quotes are definitely becoming increasingly difficult to decipher. And what does that mean?
It means that you'll never really know how angry I can get. Mr. Prosecutor, the counterfeit bills made with Bobbly's ink, they were all of Zhang Fei denominations.
Zhang Fa. Yes, so I've heard from Miss Von Karma.
But we don't know where the play money has gone. I'll just like, I might be delayed if I'm chewing.
Gotcha. I must not have figured out what was all burned yet.
Ever since these things showed up in my circulation, my country's economy has taken a big hit. Zhang Fa is in a financial chaos as we speak. Because we can't tell the difference between our own bills and the fakes. But it's not just the money. The citizens are also worried. I've staked the honor of the house on Lang in this. And I've come to this land to capture the mastermind behind the whole mess. I investigated how the bills were made and how the ink was smuggled into Zhang Fa. Every time you open up a bag of goldfish, it's a fucking roulette to see if you actually open the bag properly and don't just tear into the paper but not into the aluminum foil that covers the fish. It's a real problem. And I pursued the smuggling ring all the way here. But tonight, this is where the final chapter was written. Despite my frantic efforts to chase the smuggler down, someone got to him first. And now I'm called to return home without a single answer. Agent Lang, Don't start. It's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault, Mr. Prosecutor.
Ambassador Alba.
I'm sorry for all the trouble tonight.
Oh, no. It's I who should apologize. It was all because I was not strong enough. If only I was able to think of a better solution. Carcass, you fool! Curse your empty brain!
Yeah, you've been too hard on yourself, Ambassador. I take full responsibility for tonight and the story. Sheena, let's go. Time to return to our den.
Yes. I don't like to admit it, but there's not much else for us to do but to go home as well.
Agent Lang?
You, Wolfman, and the secretary lady! Hold it! Objection! Pal!
Detective Gumshoe, have you got the results of the handwriting analysis already?
Yep, and on that note, it was definitely written by Mr. Cochin, sir.
Just as I thought. Good work, Detective.
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, how long do you intend to hold us up for?
Sorry to have made you wait, but I believe that now everyone is finally here. Agent Sheena, I'd like to ask you something if you don't mind.
Yes?
Where do I get a cool boa like yours? Party City. You can buy them for like $1.
How exactly did you fail to see the Yatagarasu when you were in the neighboring room to where Mr. Cochin was killed? I'd like you to explain that to us.
What? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, what are you doing asking her something like she didn't see?
Agent Lang hasn't touched the Bobble investigation at all, so I suppose I will need to explain a few things to him first.
Miles Edgeworth, I can't even begin to imagine what's going on in that head of yours.
Don't you know we've never had a female final villain in an Ace Attorney game? Well, Francisca, this isn't an Ace Attorney. Well, okay, it's technically an Ace Attorney game, but it's my game. Munches goldfish with demonstrativity. The only thing going on in my head is the pursuit of the truth. That's a great song. She chewing.
Okay, I'm done with my food now. It sounds like you have some sort of plan. Very well, I'll supervise you until the end.
Is she seriously going to treat me as a subordinate for the rest of the day?
You're not trying to pick a fight with some of my subordinates on flimsy guess, are you?
I'm not trying to pick a fight, and the evidence is hardly flimsy, as you will see.
Ha! I should have known that you and I are destined to fight it out until the very end.
It would appear that way.
Well, I'll prove her innocent, so let's see what you got, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
Holy shit, her hands, dude.
I like how she put back on her sunglasses in order to do the pose.
Yeah. She's got great hands.
Oh, yeah, she does. She's got the muscles to beat the shit out of Mr. Cochin.
I know, it's great. All the, like,
With
you know, all
pleasure.
the, like, all the people at home are like, ooh, armpits, ooh, you can, like, kind of see your boobs. No, man, it's the hands and the arm strength.
For me,
Come
it's
on.
the boa. I mean, the boa is just like, ooh.
The
Also,
boa
the short
is
hair is
good.
nice.
Yeah, and short hair. But the grip strength, you know?
Yeah. She's got that Amazon grip strength. For my opening argument, I'll discuss the Yatagarasu that appeared in Bubble and establish exactly who it was that Kay saw. Agent Lang, I assume you've been briefed on Kay's testimony. You mean the suspicious person in the coat that she saw?
Is it okay if I take a quick break to talk to Allie a little bit?
Sure. Is it okay if I read your characters for you? Or do you want me to just stop?
Well, I wouldn't be able to be here to read it.
Will you hear, or should I just pause?
Just pause. I'll try not to. I won't be long.
Well,
but
it's
I
been
do
a
wanna talk
long
to
time
her.
since I've used the record pause button, so let's see if this doesn't fuck shit up. Boop. Okay, hopefully that didn't fuck it up. Boy, pausing
I
recording
mean,
is...
I don't know about XSplit, but I use pause recording all the time in OBS for like FE4 and shit, and it works wonders. So
Yeah, pausing an XSplit has always just been a right pain in the ass.
yeah, I can imagine.
In any case, let's go. Person's one person solving this case. The person who pretended to be the Yatagarasu.
Pretended? And what do you mean by that?
I'll get to that in a second, but first I'm going to review what that person Case saw did. What a great time for Discord to crash. That's hilarious.
Hi.
There's still no explanation to why Discord does that, and only when I'm in calls and only when I'm screen sharing.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. I've taken the opportunity to grab a drink, but I'll be back in like 3 seconds.
Yes.
The mini fridge is very close to my room.
Okay, if you could please explain what that person you were chasing did for us.
Okay, you got
I
it.
have to click watch stream again. I was gonna read it from
I
like,
first
the door.
spotted the suspicious person near the open air
On the
stage.
open air stage on the Bubble East side.
There you go.
I called out to the person, but as soon as I did, that person ran off. I thought it was rather suspicious, so I immediately gave chase.
For the sake of argument, let's call the suspicious person the Yatagarasu. Do you watch from your computer or your phone?
I watched from my computer.
Okay.
Do
I guess
you
that makes sense.
use your phone when you when
No,
people screen
I
share
use
to you?
computer.
Okay.
I guess I
click,
have a new
pop
phone
up.
now. I guess I could.
I do a pop-out window and put it on my main monitor.
I tend to just focus on it from the thing. Like, sometimes I pop it out if I'm going to be doing something on the side. I guess I have a good phone now, so maybe I could actually get away with screen sharing to my phone.
I could, I just don't, like, see the point. I mean, I guess I could, like, sit on my bed and just look at my phone and read the lines like that.
It might run the video smoother on my phone than on my computer. Maybe. I doubt that, but it's a possibility.
It's possible, yeah.
The thing it would matter for is Dark Souls. I skipped that line. Something about the third floor.
Can do. I chased the Yatagarasu all the way up to the 3rd floor of the Bobbly's embassy. It was a pretty straight chase down the hallway until the sudden turn. The Yatagarasu disappeared around the corner, so I did my best to catch up. When I turned the corner, I saw the Yatagarasu run into Mr. Cochin's office. I gave chase and ran into the room. They must have just, like, fucking put a knife in him and just booked it for the fireplace. But when I
think it was
entered the
already-
room, it was
I don't
pitch
know.
black. I couldn't see a thing.
Maybe he was already dead?
I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the light, but then... Ah! Who's there?
It's the guy who owns an air fryer. And I
No, that's-
don't.
That's the Joker, actually.
Oh, yeah, right. Hey, the guy who owns an air fryer died.
Yeah, like, I mean, so did this guy.
Yeah.
By the time I had turned on the lights, Yatagarasu had disappeared.
When Kay entered the room, the person she was chasing was already gone. How do you suppose that was, Agent Lang?
What do you mean, what do I suppose? Isn't it obvious?
Person slipped out through the door behind the girl under the cover of darkness. Sorry, but I know for a fact that that person didn't escape through that door.
Oh, and how do you know that with certainty?
That's easy. If the Yatagarasu had left through that door, it would have run right into this person.
Sheena.
Yeah. Your answer is Sheena? Yes, because let's consider what would have happened if the Yatagarasu had used the door. And Kay screamed upon discovering Mr. Kochin's body. Oh my god. KYS.
Oh, yeah, I think that's a coincidence.
Yeah, I know. The Yatagarasu would have run right into Agent Sheena, who was right in the next room over. Agent Sheena, would you mind telling us what you saw the suspicious person in question?
No, I didn't see anyone.
You see, therefore the Yatagarasu could not have escaped through the door. Just means the creep slipped out before Sheena made it to the hallway. I doubt that, as there was another person in that hallway. A certain detective. Detective Gumshoe, where were you exactly at that time?
Me, sir? Well, when I heard Kay scream, I ran towards Mr. Coach's office from the opposite direction of Agent Sheena, sir.
So, Agent Lang, can you explain how someone could have eluded both of them? Even you must concede that under these circumstances, the door was not a viable route. Grrrr!
Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth. You nailed him with just an explanation of what happened.
Oh, I did more than that. Yes.
Not just nail, but rail.
Yes, I've eliminated one of the possible escape routes from that room. Escape routes. Yeah, when I say escape routes, then I say route. But this is far from over. I need to make sure Agent Lang was aware of that as well. If yet another possible escape route that Yatagarasu could have taken. I get it. So that's what you're trying to show me. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, let me guess. This is what you're trying to say, right? Because the door was not a viable escape route, there may have been another way out. Precisely.
Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth, it's time to bust out with a revolving fireplace wall explanation, right?
No, not quite yet.
Wait, you're what? Huh, but why? I thought this would be the perfect time.
The revolving wall on the Bobbly side is known only to 4 people. And if we use this information unwisely, the truth may escape us in the end.
Yeah, what'd you say?
So the whispering over there, scared to figure out your tactics? Oh, nothing of the sort, Agent Lang. Come, let's continue where we left off. That smug, haughty attitude of yours, you really rubbed me the wrong way, you know that? Well, no matter. I figured you had already anyway. The only other possible escape route beside the door is the room's lone window. Yep. And this is where they're going to bring up the picture of the person jumping out. And since an eerie picture said an escape route exists, are you saying that this photo captures the moment of the Yatagarasu's escape? I guess Detective Bat must have filled him in on the photo. I have to admit that at first I thought the window to be a possible escape route as well. However, I now know that to be impossible. Now, I realize you may not know this, but Sheena can't fly. And humans, in general, can't fly. Armpits. Of course I know that. That's bloody common sense.
They can try, but that's about it.
Besides, I never said I thought one picture would be the Yatagarasu's escape route. I was going to say some comment about good reference, but also it's kind of indicative of any reference that someone makes of Natsuki the rat. I suppose not. Alright then, explain yourself. The shadow in the photo is not the Yatagarasu that Kay was chasing after. You can say whatever you like in whatever language you want. But there's only one language I really understand, the language of evidence. Very well, then. I present to you proof that the person Kay saw is not the same as the one in that photo. Oh, because this is from the first, because the fire would have been going on.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yes.
You're smart.
Let me explain to you precisely why the shadows in this photo is not the Yatagarasu Kay saw. Kay spotted the Yatagarasu heading for the 3rd floor during the 2nd fire. However, the photo in question was taken just after the 1st fire! Grrr!
Yeah, way to go. That's twice you've bit him in the butt now.
Oh, I've done more than twice, Kay. Stop making gay jokes and get through this. We're not done yet. You still have to explain what the shadow is.
Is it
and
even a gay joke to bite a butt? I mean, that's not sexy.
He just goes over and flicks her in the nose. Ha! I don't have a nose. Edgeworth stole it. And how the Yatagarasu escaped. I don't suppose you can answer both, can you? Regarding the photo, I admit that we don't understand what it means quite yet. Ha! As I thought. However, the Yatagarasu's escape route? Now that I can answer. Now I'm intentionally doing it because they said route so much. You can? Well then, Mr. Prosecutor, go on, enlighten me. Even if I explain it, you'll try to find some flaw with what I have to say. You were busy heading up to the Albastian investigation, correct? In that case, I doubt you'd have much knowledge about the Bobbleys side of the case. So wouldn't it be best if I lead on that side Agent Sheena to explain in my stead? Sheena is my subordinate. If I don't stick up for her, how can I look her in the eyes and call myself her boss?
Lang, it's alright. I can take care of him.
Sheena.
You've shielded me a lot as my boss. But it's time for me to prove my worth.
I love her
That
smile.
I know, it's really cute.
It has like Rwana energy.
Yeah, but like in a way that's not as creepy.
No, I actually think that is a creepy smile is the thing. That's what I like about it.
Yeah, but it's like, it's not as creepy.
It reminds me, this is a really obscure reference.
Uh-huh.
There's a character in Lost Magic where there's a story, Isaac's trying to get to the desert. In order to pass through the desert, you have to answer a bunch of questions in order to get her to give you passage. And the entire time you're talking to her, she just does not have her eyes open, and she's sitting with a blank face. And then you answer the questions correctly, and she's like, you're allowed to pass. She opens her eyes, and she gives a smile. And it's really creepy. And it's never really explained again, because I don't think the character exists other than that scene. Very odd. But that's what I think of whenever I see Sheena doing this face. Finally, it's down to just Agent Sheena and myself. This is where the battle really begins.
Now then, what is it you'd like to ask?
Let's see. Why don't we start with your movements inside the Bobbleys embassy? Boop.
During the first Bobbleys fire, I assisted in putting out the fire. During the second fire, I was searching for the Yatagarasu that had appeared in Bobble. While I was searching, I heard a scream come from the next room over. Although I was in the next room, I was unable to catch a glimpse of the Yatagarasu. To be honest, I'm actually very skeptical that the girl's Yatagarasu even exists. And that is all I have to say. But I'm not lying when I say I saw a suspicious person run into Mr. Cochin's office. Like I said earlier, I have no intention of retracting my testimony. Good.
Just to confirm, did you have a partner where you were on your investigation?
No, I moved alone.
In that case, you have no one to corroborate your alibi. Is that correct? You calling her suspicious because she was in a room by herself? How pathetic. And it wasn't when Agent Sheena tried to arrest Kay under the same rationale. And how about when you accused Larry because he was the weapon owner?
Not that it's unexpected for that useless lump to get into such a situation, although I suppose it's never a good idea to let mistakes go uncorrected.
I will make no excuse for what I did in that situation.
And you should apologize right now for making Kay out to be the killer, pal.
No, I'm sorry. Sheena, apologize.
I'm sorry. It's really okay. I mean, I'm not under suspicion anymore. Right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Well, I never doubted you. Not for 1 second. But now we're going to put her under suspicion. Good. And the same goes for me. I believe in Sheena. And let's put that to the test and see if she really is worthy of your trust.
This promises to be interesting.
It's almost like I could see the outlines of the freckles on her face. Maybe I'm crazy.
I feel like when she smiles, I feel like I kind of get the Callisto vibe.
Maybe.
It's because I feel like if she widened her mouth more, it would be the same smile. You know?
Sheena just needs to laugh more, is the thing.
She needs to smile more.
God, why don't women just smile more? You know, it just makes them, it's the best compliment I've ever received.
It makes them prettier and more attractive to men.
Yeah, come on, put them on display. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, what do we do here?
Well. Well, she assisted during the first fire. During the second fire, she was searching. Yep, all this checks out, so we're going to have to start pressing.
Okay.
So you help with the fire extinguishing effort.
I was in charge of the police on the Bobbly side, so I helped them with their work.
Police doing the job of firemen. You really know how to work people.
Well, it's
She
better
sure
than them
does.
killing people.
That's because she's one awesome woman who knows how to manage. Ha!
I guess
Based.
so. She's always bringing you a business card or a scroll at just the right time. What a girl boss.
To prepare everything.
Before I'm ordered to. That is the definition of a secretary. She
Kinda
seems
seems-
kind of more capable than Agent
God
Lang,
damn, Ross,
doesn't
what are you
she?
doing? At the very least, she's certainly more capable than you, Detective. I forgot what it
I
was
could-
like to actually play characters where I don't have to voice everybody.
I considered fucking with you and trying to steal Edgeworth's lines. You'd be like, oh, I did it again. Wait. Oh, I kinda had a feeling you were gonna say that.
She's just more than just a capable secretary, you know. Sheena, tell them what other things you're good at.
Alright.
Oh, I guess that's also what she's good at. By the second fire, you mean the one that consumed the third floor of Bobble, correct?
Yes, that was when the suspicious person was spotted in Bobble. Then you were after the same person in the long coat that I was after. There's no proof that the suspicious person was really the Yatagarasu. Because no one was able to get a good look at the person's face.
By the way, how was your team investigation?
In order to extinguish the fire, water was pumped into the third floor via the windows, so the majority of the investigators conducted their searches on other floors.
So that's probably what this is. Maybe.
I don't know.
Except it's wire. Oh, this wire is probably what held this up.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we don't have the little pump tube. I played RuneScape recently, and there was a pump tube, so I was thinking, like, maybe we have a pump tube. Maybe they did, but there was one person who was wandering around lost on the third floor.
When the fire was pretty much out, I moved to investigate the third floor.
And you did that alone?
Yes.
While I was searching.
Oh, wait.
You're in the room next to Mr. Cochin's office.
I already told you I was earlier. As I was examining the neighboring room, I heard that girl's shrill scream. Upon hearing her, I immediately ran towards Mr. Cochin's office.
Wherein you proceeded to arrest her, as I recall.
Yes, I did. She was totally innocent, pal. I thought we already cleared that up. Yeah, and I already apologized. What the fuck? And I thought I had already apologized for my behavior. Now if the tenacious
Emily
detective would
probably
be so
writes this
kind
game.
as to be quiet. Yeah. Don't insult my writing. Ugh.
Yeah, sorry. This game does have decent writing sometimes.
No, yeah, I'm joking.
Your writing's good, so. I have to agree. Right now, there's not the time to take issue with that. Now, can it, detective?
Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth.
What I do take issue with the fact is that you didn't see the Yatagarasu, Agent Shino.
The prosecutors of this country are also strange.
Well, you were unable to catch even a glimpse despite being in the next room. Is that true?
I really hate to repeat myself.
Can I get that in writing? I'm sorry for inconveniencing you. However, I simply wish to make sure that you are not misremembering something. We wouldn't want you to be accused of lying later on, would we? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, isn't this literally badgering the witness? Are you calling Sheena's testimony a lie? Agent Lang, I'm talking with Agent Sheena right now. So I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't interrupt us with superfluous comments.
You know, I feel kind of bad for him.
I understand his pain at watching one of his subordinates being accused. However, I cannot turn my eyes from the truth.
Ling, I'm alright. And as for you, I think you should be focusing your doubts on that girl rather than me.
And why is that? Are you throwing Kay's words into doubt again?
Well, she does claim to be the Yatagarasu, right? Well, she did try to chase down the Yatagarasu despite being just an average citizen.
Actually, she came here with the goal of capturing the fake Yatagarasu.
That's right, which is why I would never lie about anything related to the Yatagarasu.
And I suppose you have some...
You have proof of that somewhere?
God damn it, Ross, what's wrong with you?
Not quite, but even without any, I have people who believe in me, and that's enough.
That's enough. Kay's testimony is without flaw, but as for yours, well, let's just say that I find your testimony to be a bit suspicious. There seems to be a very large flaw in her testimony.
Oh, then why don't you show her using what we found out with Little Thief?
I will in due time. The escape route of the Yatagarasu that Kay was in pursuit of. If it turns out that it really does lead into Agent Sheena, then what is it there that's keeping from us right now? Okay, well, we didn't get anything from that.
So, I'm still not sure. I mean, I don't know if it is that already, but I don't know what else it would be.
Pretty much. We just have to go out of the gate.
Okay.
Yep. Being in the room next to Mr. Cochin's office is the problem with your testimony. Mr. Prosecutor, I don't see what problem you're talking about at all. Agent Lang, do you recall the secret we discovered about the Albastian office fireplace? Oh, you mean how it connects to the office with the room next door? What about it? Well, Alabasta isn't the only country with secret connecting fireplaces. What? The fireplace in Mr. Cochin's office holds the exact same secret. What? The Yatagarasu didn't escape through the door to the room or the window. The escape route was through the revolving fireplace wall and into the next room over. I love that. Now, do you see? The Yatagarasu had escaped into the next room. Then the thief would have run straight into Agent Sheena. Meaning that it's impossible for her to have missed the Yatagarasu. Yeah!
But what is the meaning of this, Miles?
Well, would you care to explain, Agent Sheena? How you managed to completely miss the fleeing Yatagarasu, shall I? You're claim that you were in the next room was all a lie all along, wasn't it? The truth is, you were the one Kay saw in the coat. Pretending to be the Yatagarasu, and you were the one she chased after. As you tried to lose her, you ran into Mr. Kochin's office and headed for the fireplace. Then you shed your coat in the next room, leaving it to emerge as Agent Sheena. After that, you came back around to place Kay under arrest. Does this sound about right? If not, then speak now or forever hold your peace.
How dare you make Kay look like the bad guy when you're the suspicious one, pal? It's her.
It's her. Sheena? I don't like the heartbeat sound effect with her body shaking like that. That laugh. Yep.
I remember that irritating laugh. I'm getting chills down my spine. It can't be. But it has to be.
Sheena, what's wrong with you?
I'm sorry. It was so funny I couldn't help but laugh.
And the same line. Funny, you say?
Yes, that you would accuse me of being the Yatagarasu. The prosecutors of this country really are all so very strange. Do you think you can get away with this by simply laughing it off? You think I'm taking things too lightly? I think not. It's that prosecutor who is. Look, everything you said earlier is nothing more than mere speculation. The Yatagarasu fled through the fireplace. Do you have any proof to back up your claim? If you don't, then you haven't proven a thing regarding the Yatagarasu's escape route.
You know, it's stuff like this that makes me, like, you know, usually I'm totally on board for a game going full into the voice acting route, where the whole game becomes voice acted. Totally for it. I love that Fire Emblem's going in that direction. I think that's a good thing for the series.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's, like, games like this where I'm like, no, actually, keep it very minimal. Because I think if Sheena and her had the same voice, it would have been super easy to realize really fast.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice sometimes not having that.
Well, and that's also the thing, is even from, like, not like a plot spoiler standpoint, games like, you know, like fucking like Undertale or Earthbound, like those kinds of RPGs, 100% should never be voice acted officially. Like, not just from a plot point, but just like, it's just that's still the experience. You know what I mean?
I still believe that Pokemon should be voice acted, though. I'm a firm believer in that.
I think Pokemon should be. Yeah, definitely.
I firmly believe that. If you're going to have all the Pokemon have cries and separate, like, you know, growls and shit like that, you can have the people talk. It would definitely help you build the story and the narrative more than what it is right now. There's no benefit to not having voice acting. The tone of voice you're taking with me now has certainly changed.
That's because it's been a while since I've had this much fun. I think I'll let loose and then we can have a real battle of wits.
For an agent of Interpol to show me the true power of her mind, it is a great honor.
Don't underestimate me. I'm not some foolish broad, you know.
I know, and that is why I won't hold anything back either, as I answer your question. I guess we switch to an either day.
My question.
Here's your proof that the revolving fireplace wall in Bobble was used recently. And that's going to be the ashes.
I think, yeah, but specifically the testimony about the ashes.
Yes.
I'm sorry, but is this really your honest answer to my question?
Yes. According to Ambassador Polano's testimony, he said that he was burning some documents in the fireplace with Mr. Kochin.
Oh.
The ashes of what they burned were left in the fireplace, so they should have been there. However, when we went to investigate the room, the ashes weren't there.
Why is that a problem? Maybe someone cleaned them up.
Unfortunately for you, Ambassador Polano said that he forgot to. And so the question remains, why were the ashes missing? The answer is simple. When the Yatagarasu went through the fireplace wall. The ashes were pushed into the next room by the wall as well. the movement of the ashes that were in Mr. Kochin's office is my proof. And just what is so funny?
Ash is proof. Are you even allowed to submit such flaky evidence in court? You still wish to fight us? Of course, why wouldn't I?
In that case, let's hear your counter-argument.
Phew, my counter-argument, huh? This really is just like being in court.
Well, to me, we're simply continuing from where we left off all those years ago.
Phew, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know how you heard my thought, but anyway, it doesn't matter that we're at the crime scene or in court. Let's finish this here now.
I suppose. I've had a lot of fun today, but I grow weary of this game of cat and mouse. Let's make this the last testimony and wrap up this absurd case once and for all.
Well, this was it, Emily. This was the end of the game, right here.
Oh, yeah.
Sheena's rebuttal.
In my eyes, all you've proved is that the rotating fireplace wall was used. But you can't really call that proof that the Yatagarasu used the fireplace, now can you? So then, who was it that used the rotating wall? Show me your answer with real evidence. Remember, we've already finished our very thorough investigation. And we found not a single suspicious thing in Mr. Kochin's office. And there you have it, my counter-argument.
That's very impressive. Should have seen through to the fact that I have yet to gather that one piece of evidence.
What is it, Kay? I haven't heard a peep out of you in quite a while now. If you don't think you can handle it, feel free to leave the rest of it to us. But
Okay, pull yourself together. You are the true heir to the Yatagarasu name, are you not? I just realized, Kay, your head is fucking massive. Holy shit! Kay, why are you so tall? Oh my god!
why are your hands so fucking big?
Well, I mean, I guess you are an anime girl. Dude, her eyes are enormous. If you want to steal the truth, then you must never take your eyes off it. It takes you running to catch the truth. You must see it through to the very end.
Mr. Edgeworth. You're right. I will see this through to the end. So, you go get her for me, Mr. Edgeworth.
With pleasure.
Looks like a lack of evidence has left you wide open, doesn't it?
Gina, please, show me you're someone I can trust.
Don't worry. This will be the deciding match. You'll see.
I'm truly sorry, Agent Lang, but I simply can't allow her to escape me again. Very well then, Agent Sheena. Shall we begin?
I'm ready whenever you are.
It sounds to me like you're saying my explanation is not good enough.
But I was able to go through the revolving door myself, so that should be proof enough even for you, pal. Ha! It looks like you don't quite understand. But by your looks, I can guess that you're not all that learned. Talk about rude. You should watch what you say, pal.
Sadly, I can't say I disagree with her on that one.
But you know what I mean, right? You may have proven that the fireplace was used.
What do you think it says about our society that we allowed Gumshoe to become a detective?
Too much for me to wrap up in a short sentence.
It's okay, it's not our society. It's, Japanifornia.
Yeah, ours is worse.
Honestly, I don't hear too much bad about detectives. Detectives aren't. Do I? I don't know. Do you hear bad stuff about detectives in real life?
Not specifically, although I don't know, like, if they're even separated in news articles or if they just say cop anyways.
They probably do say. There's probably, like, a separate division for it. So you want proof that the Yatagarasu was the one who used the fireplace?
That's right. Well, do you have any?
Yeah.
Can you prove that it wasn't the Yatagarasu who used the fireplace? I don't need to prove anything to you. Objection!
Okay, if you could please not steal my line.
Sorry, but I just couldn't hold it in anymore.
Well, don't fret and leave her to me. All you have to do is sit back and watch.
You may seem to have some wiggle room, but without any evidence, it's meaningless. I already read this.
Yeah. So then, It's possible that the Yatagarasu left fingerprints inside the fireplace.
Sorry, but I had the forensics team check that already. All they found were prints belonging to Ambassador Palino and Mr. Cochin.
Curses! I should have known better than to think that Yatagarasu would have been so careless. But there must be some sort of evidence that was still yet to find.
Aha, I take it you have no further objections?
So Interpol has finished examining the entire Babalese embassy?
Yes, the investigators who weren't allowed into Alabast were incredibly helpful. They all put in great efforts to search for any sign of the Yatagarasu. And yet, despite all that effort, it appears that they failed to notice the lack of ash in the office fireplace. Furthermore, you were the one who inspected the room next to Mr. Cochin's, correct? I didn't notice the ash there in the fireplace of that room, and for that, I am sorry.
You don't need to apologize, Sheena. As your boss, any mistake you make are my mistakes, so allow me to apologize for you. I'm sorry.
You know, maybe this guy's not such a bad guy after all. He apologizes for his subordinate and everything. What a great boss.
Hey, Edgeworth, I made a bunch of mistakes. Fuck off. Go deduct your pay. Okay. You're saying that I don't do anything for my subordinates?
No, nothing of the sort, sir. You're someone I really respect, sir, even if you are a bit too strict sometimes.
There's only a problem on your end.
Wow, way to be super hard on him in response.
I'm really too strict on everyone. Anyway, Sheena. You didn't find anything in Mr. Cochin's office, right?
That's right. We finished our investigation.
And we found not a single suspicious thing, huh? So you really didn't find anything?
Yes, as I said, not one suspicious thing. Although, as you already know, we did find the Yatagarasu's key and the document detailing the smuggling operation, but we still haven't found the blade that belongs to the Babalese knife handle yet.
Ha! You see, my subordinates work hard to investigate everything. So there's nothing else to find, alright?
Wow, Agent Lang's really sticks up for his people.
Like Z says, all men are brothers, and friends become family. So you see, my people are my family, and my family are my families too.
That is a rather large family you have there.
Yes, but as we all know, there's always one black sheep in any family. Even though it pains me, Agent Lang, you will know the black sheep in your family. Who's the black sheep in the Discord?
I don't know, maybe me, because you're all like,
Super manly
cis,
macho men?
Yes, cis, mostly straight men, and I'm like, over here, like, gay, trans girl.
Yeah, but that's not like... I wouldn't call that black sheep worthy.
Maybe not.
Maybe it's because I work for Amazon, I'm the black sheep.
I mean, I wouldn't say that.
So do you actually have any proof that the Yatagarasu used the fireplace?
Yatagarasu used the fireways passageway?
No, I haven't found any yet.
Then what are we gonna do?
Huh. Well, there's no need to worry. Because there is a loophole in Miss Interpol agent's argument we can exploit. The ones in charge of the Babalese investigation was not Agent Lang, which means that with Agent Lang, Agent Sheena in charge, it's possible she may have tampered with the evidence. That piece of evidence that we found. If there's one thing I do know, is that someone tried to hide it from us.
Huh. What do we have?
How about the ink just sitting on the desk?
Yeah.
No? Okay. This piece of evidence proves that there was a glaring flaw in your logic.
That piece of evidence in my testimony, actually, it proves the absence of a flaw in my logic and the presence of one in yours.
I was mistaken.
I'll just continue with my testimony. It's not that. I wonder if it could be the... No, but that wasn't in a coach's office.
It was in Cochin's office, the other part of the note.
Yeah, but not the note itself. What's the next page like?
First page.
Okay. Could it be the Primadeuse? No, maybe it's not the Primadeuse statues being swapped. I don't know what that really accomplishes. Then again, I don't know how else they would have done it, right?
Yeah.
Like, how else would the statues have even gotten swapped in the first place? So maybe that's a...
New.
No, okay.
I feel like this is the one I'm supposed to do it on.
Yeah, I think it is that one. So something that was tampered with in Cochin's office.
The knife handles.
I mean, maybe the maybe with the knife handles. Maybe you have to use the other statue. If it was the right point, but we said like the wrong statue. No. Could be the handles then.
I think the handles make sense because she wasn't actually a part of the investigation. No. Handle? No.
I mean, if we're random guessing, I could just check the walkthrough, but...
We're not quite random guessing just yet.
I mean, maybe it's the note, but like, I don't, like, because of the... The wire, I guess, was in there, but I don't know what that...
I guess it was the wire.
Okay.
Oh, right, because the wire was in the grandfather clock and no one ever commented on that. Anyway, I'm gonna quickly do a...
Oh, just
wire
to
was my
do
next
that, but
guess.
with more health.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I say you finish your agents and finish their thorough investigation that they finished the your agents, and they all finished the thorough investigation that they finished.
What? Are you absolutely certain that you didn't overlook anything?
Well, are we full of ourselves standing here insulting Interpol agents?
You better not be insinuating that my men are incompetent, Mr. Prosecutor.
I'd never do that. However, it doesn't change the fact that they did overlook something. I'd like for you to take a look at this length of wire.
And what exactly is this supposed to mean?
A length of wire. So what about it? I'll tell you what. We found this in the Bobbleys embassy not long ago.
What? And we found it wound up inside the grandfather clock in Mr. Cochin's office.
You found that at the scene of Mr. Cochin's murder?
But the wire wasn't all that we found. We found one other very important thing.
There's more?
In Mr. Cochin's office, there were signs that someone had burned counterfeit bills there.
What in the...
Yeah!
Francisco wants to fucking murder somebody.
Yeah. That evidence was something you found out through that girl's machine, right?
So what if it
So
was?
what if it was? Ah, that's what I thought. But unfortunately for you, a recreation made by a machine is hardly concrete proof. Among the etches you found in the room, did you happen to find any counterfeit bills?
No.
You see, so there was nothing in that office. Nothing you can call evidence, anyway.
I'm sorry, but I seem to have given you the wrong impression.
How so?
I don't recall saying that I was presenting evidence of any sort. But rather, I was pointing out that your investigation was incomplete. And that this throws doubt onto the purity of your investigation into the Yatagarasu.
You still suspect me, I see. Alright then, I ask that you point out what part of my investigation is incomplete.
The other Interpol agents worked under the command of Agent Sheena. And is it not possible that the reason the person K was chasing chose the third door was because that person knew that there would be no other agents on that floor? Furthermore, we've come to see that Agent Sheena was only pretending to be investigating the Yatagarasu to the point of arresting K. In that case, there is one location that no one has yet to inspect. Our team's investigation was incomplete because they failed to inspect this location, which is the elevator, because Gumshoe was not able to use the elevator.
Okay, I'll go check it out right now, sir. Be right back. We already went over that area with a fine-toothed comb.
I've heard that there are extensive detail report about the area as well.
I have also heard the reports. Actually, thinking back on it, I checked that area pretty well already, too. I guess that means we really don't need to check that area anymore, right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Humph. Well, if that is everyone's opinion, then I suppose not.
I think it's the room Sheena was in, because she wouldn't have investigated it.
Yeah.
What happened to trusting in your instincts?
She does have me there. Alright, let's go. This game really makes fun of you for being a dumbass.
Yeah.
The location, Agent Sheena, is of course the room we have claimed to have examined. I believe the room next to Mr. Cochin's office warrants a thorough inspection.
Even if you do that, I doubt you'll find anything of use to you there.
I'll be the one to decide that. Detective Gumshoe?
Yes, sir. I'm on it. I'll be right back after I check out that room next to the office. I'm just gonna stand here pointing my finger.
Everyone's just like...
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, do you really think that Miss Sheena's the Yatagarasu?
Yes, if my logic is sound, I believe she is.
Then I'm not gonna let her get away with ruining the name of the Yatagarasu. But can you prove she's the Yatagarasu is the question.
If Detective Gumshoe can find what I'm hoping he'll find, then I should be able to. Man, I really wish you had gone, Francisca. Not only would you have done a better job, but when you would have re-entered the room, it would have played Great Revival.
And just what are you hoping he'll find?
Let's just say this. I had Detective Gumshoe do a little experiment for me earlier.
An experiment, as if that detective has the brains for high science.
It wasn't that mentally taxing. I had him use the same escape route as the Yatagarasu.
And what did you find out by doing that?
First, that it's possible for a person to fit through the revolving wall door. Second, that by going through there, the coat was covered in Ash and Bobbly's ink.
Who cares what his coat was covered in? It's not worth that much anyway.
Ah, but is it really worth so little? I believe that it is actually quite a meaningful result, the value of which I'm able to prove. Because ink and Ash are black, and she's wearing black.
Mr. Edgeworth, I've found some things you really need to see, sir.
And also, she had a trench coat on. Oh, so what are these things that you found?
Some makeup, a coat, and a pair of shoes, sir.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking suspicious.
You found a coat? You hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? Maybe it's the one the person I was chasing was wearing.
Yes, the possibility does exist. Agent Sheena, were these pieces of evidence not in the room when you examined it?
Unfortunately for you, those aren't suspicious items of any sort. They all belong to me. They were getting in the way, so I stored them in that room. Oh. Thank you for bringing them to me. It saves me a trip. May I have them back now?
These items that the detective brought back are incredibly significant. I request that we be allowed to examine them for suspicious nook and crannies.
They're my personal belongings, so you have no right to touch them without my permission.
I wish to examine them for the sake of the investigation, but if you wish to deny us access to them, Agent Lang, let's hear your opinion on this. I say, let them look through your stuff, Sheena.
Lang.
Sheena, let's put it all out in the open. If you're really innocent, then you have nothing to worry about, right?
I guess so. Alright, go ahead and examine whatever you'd like. After all, I have nothing to hide.
Good. Now let's begin.
So which of Agent Sheena's belongings are you going to examine, sir? The coat.
The shoes. Just like... Feet. Oh, yeah! Lang just kicks Edgeworth. Okay, just start kicking him, too. Let's examine the coat.
Yes, sir.
It appears you managed to stain your coat rather badly, Agent Sheena. The Yatagarasu the case saw was wearing a coat, and I'm beginning to wonder if this stain wasn't created when you went through the fireplace.
Aha, no, you have it wrong. That soot probably got on my coat when I was helping the police put out the fire.
And what about this dark substance around the hem of your coat?
Oh, I didn't realize that the hem was that dirty. I'm sure it's just some water mixed with soot from when I was helping with the fire. I don't think so. You think you'd get away with such a transparent lie? Yeah, don't lie to us, pal. This is the same pattern of dirt that got on my coat when I went through the fireplace. Your words ring hollow in the absence of evidence, you know. So unless you can prove that the dirt on my coat is from the fireplace...
Which I can.
What? How?
You did a great job, Detective Gumshoe.
Huh? Me, sir? What did I do?
This coat, this is exactly the piece of evidence I was searching for. I've been hoping to find the coat that the person Case saw was wearing. And thanks to you, we proved that going through the fireplace would sully a coat.
I don't quite get what you're saying, but I'm happy for the praise, sir.
All that remains is for us to show what the dark substance on the coat hem is.
Oh, and you think you can do that?
Of course I can. This is the dark substance that sullied the hem of the coat. The perfume. I know.
Oh, okay, just doing it. Bubbly's ink?
Yes, this is what will prove that the coat went through the fireplace. According to Ambassador Poleno, he burned some files in the fireplace this morning.
You told us about that already, so I don't really see the point in mentioning it again.
My point is that he spilled some ink onto the back wall of the fireplace at that time. And somehow you dumped your coat into it. Very smart. The dark substance on this coat turns out to be Bobbly's ink. He will prove that you and this coat went through the revolving fireplace door. Sorry to have clipped one of your wings, Yatagarasu, but we're not finished yet.
But you have no way of proving whether or not this is Bobbly's ink on the coat hem.
Oh, but I do. And I intend to show that it is ink in a few seconds.
How?
How, you ask? Well, since you don't seem to know, allow me to show you. This is how I'll prove the dark substance on your coat is Bobbly's ink.
Burn the coat.
Alright, Gumshoe, let's burn your coat. We can find out whether that is Bobbly's ink or not by lighting it on fire. That's how you're going to prove that it's Bobbly's ink? Yes. If you could please cut a section of the dark stained area for me, I'd appreciate it. Because I will show you here and now what the dark substance is. Sheena, sorry to do this, but I'm going to have to cut off a bit of your coat.
Go ahead. I wasn't planning to wear it anymore anyway.
Now then, if someone could please loan me a lighter or something.
Okay, I got some matches. I always carry them with me so I can light smoke bombs.
Then if I can please have 1K, we can get this experiment underway. I'm just going to ignore that statement for now.
The flame?
I think I've seen that gif before. It's like Edgeworth lighting your soul on fire. That burns really freaking fast, too. The same color as the flame white crystal oil produces, which means the smoke alarm just goes off, everyone gets drenched. Bobbly's ink is a product of white crystal oil, and when lit, the ink produces a green flame. I believe the time has come to clip the Yatagarasu's other wing.
Miss Sheena, you're the fake Yatagarasu. The one who killed my father.
It's about time you came clean, Agent Sheena. Or should I say, Callisto you? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, you're not serious, are you? Do I look like the joking type to you?
Aha. Phew, Callisto you. I've never heard that name before in my life. That manner of speaking and that attitude, you haven't changed a bit in 7 years. You're the defense attorney that killed Mr. Faraday and then tried to frame me for it. Oh really? And you have proof? You insist that I am this Callisto you woman, but you can't prove it. If you have no proof, I'm afraid you won't be able to lay a single finger on me.
How did you know Callisto you was a woman? Did you think I was... Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't realize. No, it was a woman. Okay. Jeez. The raven is a very unique bird, one that flies about in the darkness of night. However, the light of dawn has arrived, and it will reveal your true ugly form to the world.
There, now you get a cool line, like you wanted.
Yeah.
Enough poetry, I want to see some evidence. Do you really have something that can prove she is Callisto Yu?
I do. It's something that the second generation Yatagarasu has preserved with us for the last 7 years.
Do me the honor, Mr. Edgeworth.
I will, Kay, for we have finally come to the end. We've proved her to be Callisto Yu with this and clipped the Yatagarasu's wings for good. A knife!
No!
No! This perfume, it hung on the health bar for a couple seconds.
Yeah.
This will prove to you to be Callisto Yu.
It will.
Kay has preserved it perfectly for us. Surely remember this bottle. This belonged to Miss Yu, just before she disappeared 7 years ago. Naturally, this means that a few of her fingerprints are on here as well.
See, she could have stopped you using it. It's just, yeah, okay. This is that bottle of perfume you spilled, which I've preserved ever since.
Oops.
I heard from my father, Byrne Faraday, that if stored— his name is Byrne. Under the right conditions, a fingerprint can be preserved for decades.
Yeah.
Which means that your fingerprints are still on here, every last one.
We'll clear everything up if we were to compare the prints in this to your own. Now come, Agent Shino. Will you submit yourself to a fingerprint test?
Aha. Oh my god. Okay, please. I can only laugh for so long, good.
Alright, there you go.
It looks like you've seen right through me yet again. You're sending the biggest chill down my spine, Edgeworth.
Callisto Yu and her awesome theme.
Yeah. So you've shown your true face at last. This feeling of thrill, it's even greater than that time 7 years ago.
Sheena, you're...
Lang, I really enjoyed our days together. You're an insanely strong, nice, kind-hearted idiot of a man.
So you were a spy all along? I'm all sent by the smuggling ring I've been chasing after? Someone's been feeding them Intel and Interpol all this time?
Ah, very good. Maybe you're not as big of an idiot as I thought. Callisto Yu, the woman who killed my father 7 years ago. You're her, aren't you? The fake Yatagarasu. That's right, Callisto Yu, that's just one of my many names. But even that is just a facade. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am the great thief Yatagarasu. This is how you do a spy character good, because she has a real personality. Fuck you,
Yeah.
Dual Destinies. Fuck you.
It's a shame. I really like Gaviner. I really like him. I like him a lot.
You mean Fulbright?
Fulbright, you know, I mean, yeah. I like Gaviner too.
That's an amazing fake spoiler I've created by naming a character based on Fulbright after a different Ace Attorney character.
Yeah, I know. I really like Fulbright as a character. I think Fulbright is really funny.
It would have been like, as long as he just had a fucking like character.
He does. It's just like he doesn't
No, I'm
have
saying
emotions, which
Yeah,
is
but
really
that's what
dumb.
I'm saying. If he had a character like after the reveal, but instead he's just like, nah, I'm here.
Yeah.
All right, bye.
This
I
is a
died,
girl
I
who
guess.
laughs a lot and is a bit sadistic and also just kind of playful.
Yeah, and she actually has like good lines. Fucking after the reveal, Fulbright's just like, oh no, you caught me. Like, it's
Robot. Just occasionally throws some like spikes and bullshit at the characters.
Yeah, I mean that was kind of funny, but it didn't make up for the rest of it.
Listen, it was okay because we got what's her name? Black Quill's sister.
Oh,
Begins with an
yeah,
A.
yeah.
Who's an
Aura.
amazing character. Yeah, she's fucking amazing. She's one of my favorite Ace Attorney characters ever. She's so freaking funny. All of her lines are gold, and she just keeps beating the shit out of her robots.
I like how it was really fun playing that and seeing the way that they have her talk about Athena's mom, and it very much screams, listen, okay, this is as close as the directors let us get, okay, or sorry.
Yeah, she really respected and liked her. I don't know if it was love, but you know, it was pretty close.
It
was pretty close.
100% came off as love, but the directors won't let us say that.
It was at least great respect and maybe like a familial love. I don't know if it was like gay love, but it was definitely there.
It
Definitely
to me And I know I'm a little biased, but to me it came 100% off as close to gay love as the directors would let the writers keep in the game.
And that's another cool aspect to her character. I hope she comes back. I hope Blackwell comes back in general.
Yeah, like there's a lot of characters I want to see again.
I would kill to just have a case where all the prosecutors come back and they're just all chilling. I think that would be fucking hilarious.
Just kick the shit out of Phoenix together.
If Phoenix just opens the doors like, all right, time to get on to this case. All of them are just sitting in chairs like, sit down, Phoenix. Let's see, this time you won't escape, for this is the end of the road for you. Please don't pull out a gun. Now come along quietly.
You know, you're the one who left the strongest impression on me, Kay Faraday. And had you not used the Yatagarasu's gadgets, I might have never known who you were. But here you are, being a thorn in my side, just like your father always was.
Yeesh. Okay, don't.
I'll never forgive you for what you did to my father! You really are just like him. Mr. Faraday, too, possessed such laughable honesty. Oh my god.
Kay!
You let Kay go right now, pal! You despicable. Let go of me, you filthy... Ugh. You think I'm a fake, don't you? Well, unfortunately for you, I'm the real Yatagarasu. But that's impossible, my father was the one who created Little Thief. Hey, Edgeworth. The Yatagarasu has 3 legs. You don't know why that is?
Why it has 3 legs?
There are 3 main reasons why the Yatagarasu will always be 1 step ahead. First, the Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. Second, the Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system.
No, it can't be.
Did you finally figure it out? Do you finally know the real identity of the Yatagarasu?
The real identity of the Yatagarasu is... neither person. The real identity of the Yatagarasu is neither Burn Faraday nor Callisto Yu. But by the same token, they are also both the real Yatagarasu. Haha.
Did it not go through with the mic? I read the line.
Oh, no, it did not.
How very perceptive of you. No way.
The single person known as the Great Thief Yatagarasu never existed.
Mr. Edgeworth?
You want to know what's behind the fridge? You want to know what's in the fridge? There is no fridge! I lied! It was never real.
No, I refuse to believe this.
The Yatagarasu is known to have 3 special skills. Skill number 1. The Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. And a lawyer would have the opportunity to learn the layout of client operations. Lit. Skill number 2. The Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. And a good prosecutor would be well versed in the ways of a criminal.
And skill number 3. The Yatagarasu doesn't leave a single shred of evidence behind. Ever.
Hey, that's not a mirror. Detective Bad!
It was only natural for the Yatagarasu to never leave evidence behind. Because the lead detective on the case hid it all away.
You're the 3rd member of the Yatagarasu?
You. I've been looking for you for a long time. 7 long years, but I finally got you. Why, Mr. Bad, a long time no see. What happened to us? We used to be such a great team. If you were such a great team, then why would you kill... Oh, if you're such a great team, why'd you kill my father 7 years ago? Why, indeed. It was nothing personnel, really. It was just another person I had to kill. Kid. How can you say that? I grow weary of this, and it's about time for everything to come to an end. And this time, I won't miss.
Stop!
You!
Kay! It's over, Sheena.
Your leg. Oh, I thought he shot her.
Well, he's carrying the smoking gun.
Yeah, well, I thought Lang shot her.
Agent Lang.
Yeah. You idiot. What are you thinking jumping in front of my gun like that? What are you risking your life for?
Sorry, Detective Bad, but no matter what sort of past she may have had, or even if she is a spy, it doesn't change the fact that she is my subordinate. And as long as she is, I can't allow any harm to come to her, not even from you.
You really are an idiot, you know that?
That's fine with me. You should know by now that that's just how I am. Hey, sis.
Yes.
She's just so, it's like, yeah, whatever. You know, I've dealt with gunshots before.
That's Francisca.
I want you to conduct a full body search. Sheena might have another weapon on her.
Alright. Detective Gumshoe, your assistance, please. Sir.
Go.
Hey, I found something. What is this, sir? It looks like the blade of a knife, but it doesn't have a handle.
This is a great find, Detective.
Huh? It is, sir.
Let's try pairing this blade up with this handle. I believe this blade actually belongs with the handle that is on the murder weapon.
Hey, they fit together perfectly.
This blade must have been taken from the crime scene when the knife handles were switched.
I'm gonna return this Poppy's knife now.
Alright, I trust that you'll make sure that it is returned to Ambassador Polano. Wait, no, Gumshoe, don't do that. We have to submit this as evidence. No? Okay. Bob Lee's knife handle given to Detective Gum. I believe this makes it perfectly clear who did it, Callisto you. For the only time the handles could have been switched is just after Mr. Cochin's murder. Which means that you must be Mr. Cochin's killer. You killed Mr. Cochin with the Albastian knife. Damn, killed him just by looking at him.
She is stunning.
I mean, yeah. Switched the handles and then took the original blade of the Bobley's knife with you. Later, you allowed yourself to be spotted by Kay near the open-air stage. You used the fireplace to lose her, and then you went back to accuse her of the murder. Does that about sum it up? Objection.
You craft an engaging tale, Edgeworth, but there are two problems with it.
Problems? In what respect?
Why do you think my real reason was in allowing her to chase after me?
What?
It was also I could capture Kay Faraday. What? When I saw you using that device at Gatewaterland, I knew right away. You were Bern Faraday's daughter. I became curious, so I researched a little into your background. That's how I found out that you were on the trail of the Yatagarasu. So that's why you tried to pin Mr. Cochin's murder on me? Yes, I knew you'd show up at this embassy tonight. So I thought to use you, but pinning the murder on you wasn't my only goal. You had another. Yeah. Once I had you under arrest, I had planned to search you and take back the device that rightfully belongs to me, the true Yatagarasu. You were gonna take little thief away from me. 7 years ago, it was thanks to the device that Faraday was able to infiltrate this place. But he stole more than he should have. I had a tough time recovering that precious key.
Then the person who stole the Yatagarasu's key was Mr. Faraday.
That incident 7 years ago. What was the catalyst behind it? In the eyes of the smuggling ring, the Yatagarasu was becoming a bit of a problem. It wasn't an especially pleasant assignment.
And why? Why did you become a member of the Yatagarasu?
Why? There is no why. I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning.
From the beginning? What is that supposed to mean?
The person I take orders from hasn't changed, even now to this day.
Does this mean that the leader of the smuggling ring wasn't Mr. Cochin? Then the real ringleader is still out there pulling the strings. Are we done asking when you need to know? Because if no, we should probably get going. And you're gonna tell me everything you did tonight. What?
I said, wanna try that one again?
Nah, it's okay. And you're gonna tell me everything you did tonight. Do you understand, Sheena?
I guess I should tell you
Listen, he
that.
got shot. He can't read all his lines correctly.
That I was the one who set the Bobley's embassy on fire.
And why did you do that?
I suppose it was to destroy all evidence of the counterfeit bills.
That was what the smuggling ring was trying to do? But then why start two fires?
Sorry, but I can't tell you anything about the ring. It's your job to complete your investigation, after all. I've had my fun. Now it's your turn to enjoy the ride. Wait! Miss Sheena.
Damn, talk about some adrenaline. He's just walking around on that.
Hell yeah.
That didn't look like a super strong pistol caliber. It's probably like 22. You could still walk on that. You know, a little bit of adrenaline will get you going, but...
I mean, Francisco was gonna still be in court, but she,
Yeah.
she got dragged away.
I'm pretty sure that the bullet she was shot with wasn't a very high caliber, so she would have been fine. But yeah, getting that removed is probably for the best.
Yeah.
Wait, yeah, I mean, Machina. Oh, wait, I already...
No, I already read it.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yes. When I fell to the floor earlier, these fell at my feet. What about them? They're such pretty hair sticks that I thought, well, I should return them to you. You can have them. They're of no use to me anymore. If you don't want them, you can always just throw them away. No, I want to keep them. Suit yourself. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot, Edgeworth.
What?
About the second problem I had with your story. I didn't kill anyone tonight.
What?
I'm not saying that as a sore loser. Think of it as a hint, if you will.
Mr. Prosecutor. Yes, Agent Lang? Mark my words, I'm not done here and I'll be back. And it's got nothing to do with duty or anything because this has become my personal case. May have been shot, but I'll show you just how dangerous a wounded wolf can be. His anger appears to have been negated to the sensation of the pain in his injured leg. That's not how it works, but okay. I mean, that's kind of how it works a little bit.
I mean, he'll be feeling it worse later because of it.
It's finally over, Kay.
I feel like it peered into her heart a little, you know? And it's so cold and dark, incredibly lonely. The person who's giving her all these commands. I wouldn't have thought my father was a problem to be removed.
That person is the real ringleader behind the smuggling ring.
Mr. Edgeworth, I have a favor to ask. Can you hold on to these hair sticks for me? They're really pretty, just like the ones they were selling for the Jammin' Ninja show. But until this case is over, I don't think I can look at them without being overcome.
I understand. I'll take good care of them for you. There's a bit of soil stuck on the ends of these sticks.
I guess it's that time already, huh? So it's midnight, the dawn of another day. Is it Howard or Bianca this time? Hey, Pops, thanks a bunch. You've really done a lot for everyone all these years.
Detective Bad, don't tell me you think today is the day.
Yeah, it is. With this, I can retire in peace. It was down to the wire, and we almost didn't make it. But we did it. We solved everything.
Don't you have to go to jail? You're kind of like a thief.
Also, like, if they're talking about the statute of limitations on, like, Callisto U, she hasn't been found guilty yet. Like she'd be like, no, you didn't. If it just hit midnight, it's not good.
The statute of limitations was 15 years. It's only been
Then I don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Well, the fact that it's midnight?
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's midnight, blah blah blah.
But that's just it. We haven't solved anything yet. I mean, maybe it's the fact that this has just all been taking place over a couple days and it's been kind of crazy.
Maybe.
The ringleader of the smuggling ring. You, the Yatagarasu, we're chasing after.
The legend of that Yatagarasu is now over. Mr. Edgeworth, that bit of logic earlier, it was brilliant. I feel like I can leave it all in your hands. I'm counting on you.
I guess he technically never did anything bad illegal. He was stealing from politicians and displaying their shit or whatever he was doing. Governments and
specifically
stuff.
bad was hiding the evidence, though.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that's technically illegal to do a detective job shitty.
Obstruction of justice.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Okay.
Which isn't terrible. Well, okay, I guess this would be a federal crime in this case because that's obstruction of federal justice.
Is it really true, Uncle Bad? Are you also part of the Yatagarasu? As I said to you earlier, Kay, I'm truly sorry. I wanted nothing but a peaceful life for you. Uncle Bad? Hey, don't take it so seriously. It's all just one big joke, right? Unfortunately, it isn't. Oh, come on, sir. She's just yanking on my chain, isn't she, Mr. Edgeworth?
Detective Bad. Wait, no, you are no longer a detective. Mr. Bad, I'd like to ask you about the Yatagarasu.
The evil Mr. Bad. Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Edgeworth, here, I should give these back to you.
Oh boy, these are The pages from my Kg8 files that the Yatagarasu stole from my office.
Oh, wait, what?
So he did pull a gun on Edgeworth and stole the files. So that part was bad. He did that.
That's really funny, actually. Mr.
Mr.
Edgeworth, I must apologize for last night.
So the Yatagarasu stole you into my room? It was stolen to my room last night. Was you, was it?
Wait, then that means what? Tell me it's not true. That's too insane for me to believe, sir. It's true, even if it's not something you want to hear. Kg8 Incident. It was a very emotionally trying case. We stood in that courtroom, Faraday as the prosecutor, and I as lead detective.
I can't believe they shot the girl from Persona 3. It's unbelievable.
Can't believe they shot Caroline from Fire Emblem The Promised War. Faraday had evidence in his possession that proved the defendant guilty. However, because it was stolen, the defendant was found innocent. You was the elder sister of the victim in the case. When the defendant was pronounced not guilty, she let out a great wail. She, put a wail ord on the... That's when we realized that there was a limit to what the law could do. The only way to bring someone like that to justice was to do so outside of the courts. That's what we thought at the time. That's how we formed the Yatagarasu.
Jesus.
And vowed to bring to light any dirty dealings done dirt cheap companies had with the ring, including companies that dealt with the Amano Group.
Mr. Amano's conglomerate.
We called ourselves the Yatagarasu and flexed our collective muscle. We exposed all sorts of shady dealings as a warning to the business world as a whole. By doing that, we were able to stop the higher-ups from covering things up. I mean, that's really based, except for the murder.
Yeah.
And then, it was finally time. We had finally arrived at the moment when we'd find out the ringleader's true identity. It was then that you literally stabbed us in the heart, and Faraday, he died for it.
She got all wrapped up in the money, I guess?
I think it'll have to do with whatever the identity of the ringleader is.
Yeah.
But why? What? Wasn't she the sister of the victim in the Kg8 incident? After Faraday's death, I looked into her past. And that's when I found out that she was a phony.
So who I'm thinking it has to be is either the pilot or the rub his hands together dude. Polino?
Oh, yeah. It's probably somebody currently in our profiles, as weird as the pilot was. So, probably Polino.
It's me.
I don't know, Polino's kind of obvious. Like, it's or
Yeah.
Alba. Really, both of them would be just obvious.
It's Mask to Mask too, of course.
Yeah, no. I don't know if it actually is somebody in our profiles, now that I look at them better.
I could believe it could be the pilot. And then we get back the girl, right? We get back, what's her name?
I would be so happy, but I'm not gonna get my hopes up. It's like Mother 3 localization, or like whatever. It's like, I'm not gonna get my hopes up, but like, it could happen.
Yeah, well.
The victim of the Kg8 incident, CCU, she never had a sister.
What? And that means...
Sheena wasn't the only fake name she used. Callisto U was also another pseudonym. From the very beginning, that woman was a spy sent by the smuggling ring.
Oh, yeesh.
She said it herself. I was destined to betray everyone from the very beginning. Anyway, let's return to the real topic at hand. Mr. Edgeworth, this trump card that we stuck onto this page of the case file, please use it wisely.
Trump card.
That photo that we stuck on there, try peeling it off. Behind it slumbers a piece of evidence that Faraday hid away all those years ago.
It's the mark of the Yatagarasu, but why?
This is a directives card from the big boss.
Big boss.
Take a look at the back.
Colonel.
This was something Cochin had on him at the time of the Kg8 incident, 10 years ago. That blood is from the victim of the incident, Miss CCU.
But why is the card adorned with the mask of the Yatagarasu?
The reason why we called ourselves the Yatagarasu was because of the three-legged raven mark that the smuggling ring's boss used. Apparently, orders from the boss would come on these cards without fail. The person who received the order was supposed to burn it immediately after reading it. And apparently, it burns a bright green flame when set ablaze.
So you mean the cards were written in Bobbly's ink?
Alright, it's Polano. The fact that the card that Cochin was sent made it into Faraday's hand at all is nothing short of a miracle. We decided that whenever we stole anything, we would send a card along with it to the police.
So that's what those white cards are.
The great thief that used the mark, that only those within the ring would know. It was our message to the ringleader that we were only a few steps behind. That's actually kind of badass.
Yeah.
And one more thing, Detective Gumshoe. I'm entrusting this to you. Your lollipop.
Oh no, no, the videotape at the very end. No. I was more thinking about the videotape for case 2-4.
2-4.
Yeah, 2-4. That fucking tape can go out a window.
This is what I was talking about earlier. During the Kg8 incident trial, Faraday had this in his possession. This important, definitive piece of evidence.
But I thought it was stolen. How do you have it?
The person who stole it from us 10 years ago was a man by the name of Ernest Amano. And he had it locked and hidden away for all this time. But we forced him to tell us where it was, finally, after the other day's kidnapping case.
Well, we finally got it from that guy.
Do you think they're gonna call back Shelly the Killer in, like, this game or in the sequel? It feels like something they would do.
They might make reference to him, which they've done, sort of.
I don't think, have they?
When they talked about Von Karma getting shot, they kind of didn't. They didn't say his name, but they mentioned.
But, like, I wonder if they'll do a thing with, like, the Killers.
I think that would be cool if they brought back the Killer. You know, it's been a while since the 6th game. I guess they had the Great Ace Attorney series, so, you know.
Oh, you mean like an Ace Attorney 7?
Yeah, in, like, whatever Ace Attorney 7, they could like, that definitely feels like the time where, like, alright, time to pull from the nostalgia.
I mean, they might. I was saying, though, do you think they did it, like, for, like, Investigations 2 or something?
It's possible. I think Investigations 2 is going to have a lot of callbacks as well. I mean, we know the parrot is in 2.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah, there's a joke where there's a character who looks like a parrot. Or there's a parrot, and it looks shockingly like the parrot that Yogi had. This video. Wait, don't come any closer, I'm warning you! This is the same video as the one Mr. Portsman was trying to conceal from me.
Yeah, it would seem that even he was caught up in the ring's web. Amano was prepared to take on the boss someday. And the video was his insurance. That's where that prosecutor comes in. He was to retrieve the video. On top of that, he was apparently instructed to sneak into your office and steal the trump card. You saw it for yourself, right? The card that told him to preserve the evidence?
Then that card was not the calling card of the Yatagarasu, but rather a directives card from the ringleader to Mr. Portsman.
The two pieces together make for a strong weapon for whoever holds them.
The evidence Mr. Portsman thought to withhold from me. And the one that you stole from my office last night. Both pieces are illegal, and for me to use either one is...
Whether you use them or not is up to you. But they will be of help to you when you take on someone who is above the law.
Is the boss one of those who cannot be brought to court that Mr. Faraday spoke of?
Like it's Polano, then.
Detective Bad? There is no limit to the law, for it is the people who determine the limits to them.
You still insist that even now. You really are something else. I leave the rest in your hands. Now then, Detective Gumshoe, the handcuffs. It's time to lock up the last remaining member of the Yatagarasu. Pops, You mean I gotta lock up K, Faraday? Don't ever lose your detective spirit. Flops, why is this happening? This isn't justice. Like I always told you, do not get emotionally involved. Now let's go. Yes, sir.
You didn't handcuff me, Gumshoe. Is this really the end of a legend?
And that's middle 3.
We'll have to see how long ending 1 through 3 is.
Yeah, I mean, I could, like, check how many, how many jump points there are for the walkthrough. I'll just, like, cover my screen so I don't
I
see
feel like we have enough
saying.
evidence that we're good to go, but we'll see. That's going to be another episode, by the way. Any final thoughts before we cut to the next episode?
No.
Great. I love it. Hey, Kay, they're touching their shoulders again. Ew.
You know, okay, I actually, I did look through End 1, 2, and 3 real quick.
Yeah.
It looks like End 1 is kind of, like, medium size, End 2 is long, and End 3 is short.
Okay. Well, we'll probably get through end 1 then.